You've heard it before that time is our most valuable resource, and while this is true, it certainly shouldn't be the only tool we use to make money. More and more people these days are coming to realize the limitations of trading time for money, and as such, aim to develop a means of making money while they sleep. If you're one of these people, then you're in luck, as I'm about to share with you a strategy anyone can employ to develop their own passive income streams. As someone who's built multiple streams of passive income to date, I can tell you that this means of making money, while not easy, is certainly worth the effort. There's nothing like waking up in the morning to a notification telling you that while you were asleep, you grew just a bit wealthier. However, having the privilege of seeing your bank balance rise without trading time for money is nearly impossible to achieve without knowing why you want to generate passive income in the first place. As I said, making passive income is not some get-rich-quick scheme. In fact, in my experience, it can take anywhere between 6 months to 3 years to start making a sizable amount of passive income from one single stream. As such, until you reach this point where you're receiving appreciable returns from your efforts, you need to keep your reason for starting your passive income journey at the forefront of your mind. While you may not have fully thought through why you want to make passive income, here are the 3 reasons that resonate with most people. The first reason many people want to start making passive income is to use this new stream of income to quit their job. While everyone will feel differently about the jobs they have, what can't be refuted is the general discontent in the workforce that exists today. For instance, as per a 2019 Gallup study, 52% of people are not engaged at work, and 40% of respondents from a more recent Gallup poll said that the quality of their position has worsened in the last few years. Going into work every day to a job you dislike is certainly a growing reason to want to start making enough passive income to leave your job for good, and if this reason resonates with you, then the strategy I will share to do so will definitely be of use to you. Second, there's making more money. It would be unfair to say that every single person dislikes their job, but what I can tell you is that many people do find that their salaries simply aren't keeping pace with all of the rising costs around them. For instance, we've been seeing inflation rates at the high end of the single digits, which is eroding people's bank balances more and more by the day. Unfortunately, salaries seldom keep pace. The average raise in the United States these days is 3%. As such, tons of people are literally going into work only to fall behind more by the day. Given these tough economic times, many people are seeking a means of generating passive income to supplement the income that they know is not allowing them to make the financial strides they want to see. Finally, there's time. I think we can all agree at this point that making more money is a good thing, but having to trade all of your free time to do it isn't ideal. This is where passive income comes into play. I can tell you firsthand that part of the reason I wanted to make passive income in the first place was to establish a means of making money that would complement the life responsibilities I would end up taking on as I got older. For example, there's nothing wrong with working 80 hours a week when you're in your 20s, but when you have a spouse and family, solely making money through active income becomes increasingly difficult. This is why, if you ask me, it's essential to begin developing passive income streams while you're young, so you can start bearing fruit when your free time becomes more limited. At this point, I'm sure you're on board with the idea of making passive income, and if you are, show me by gently tapping that like button below. Sadly, however, even though the reasons for doing so that I just shared do resonate with most people, many will truly never enjoy the feeling of getting paid while you sleep. This is the case for 2 reasons. First, many people still don't believe it's possible to earn passive income. Now, I do tend to find myself empathizing with these individuals at times. First, they were probably only ever taught to trade time for money, so earning in any other way would obviously be foreign to them. Second, there are a ton of passive income scams out there, which turns away a lot of people from trying to build legitimate passive income streams in the first place. Well, I'm here to tell these people that passive income is real, and you're probably already earning it as we speak. For example, the few pennies that roll into your bank account every month in the form of interest is passive income. Moreover, the days where your boss forgets you to give you more work and you end up surfing Reddit all day is basically passive income. In short, passive income is all around us, and many people are simply remaining blind to its existence. The other misconception I often see people have is that earning passive income is easy. Sure, it's easy once you have a system set up, but that's like saying it's easy for Usain Bolt to win a race when it took him years to become the elite athlete he was. From my experience, there's nothing easy about earning passive income, and in many respects, it's actually harder than making active income, but the rewards for doing so are also much greater, especially if it helps you unlock a life free of work. Speaking of unlocking a life free of work, no one stresses the importance of making passive income more than investing magnate Warren Buffett, who once said, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die." I know most people don't even want to go into work tomorrow, so the thought of never having a long-term reprieve from work in their entire life is a scary proposition many will face. Fortunately, this won't be you, because I'm about to share with you my proven approach that anyone can use to start developing passive income streams that will have you cashing checks while you sleep. So hit that subscribe button below if you haven't already, and let's get started. I'm going to assume that you are just starting out and have yet to build out any appreciable means of generating passive income. In this case, there are two approaches you can take. The first approach is the labor approach. As the name implies, this approach involves you using your time and effort as your primary means of building up your new income stream. For instance, if you were going to create a blog that generates consistent passive income month after month, this would involve you doing all the design, writing, and marketing yourself. Alternatively, if you were creating an e-commerce store, this would involve you setting up the store, researching all the products, and working with vendors to ensure your orders were fulfilled. The labor approach is typically the approach most people take when building their first stream of passive income, simply because time and effort are the only resources they have available to them. In fact, this is the approach that I used to start this YouTube channel right here that now makes me over $100,000 a year, which I share how to do yourself in my free guide that I've linked down in this video's description, so I can tell you firsthand that this approach can definitely work. However, if working endlessly isn't your thing, then don't worry, I've got you covered. The other way you can start building up passive income streams is by using the capital approach. In the second approach, you're going to use the money you already have saved to hire people to do all the required upfront tasks for you. For example, with the blog, you would hire a website designer and writers, or with an e-commerce shop, you would hire a research and marketing team. If I'm being honest, I prefer the second approach over the first for two main reasons. First, when you have money to spend to develop new streams of passive income, generally you start making money faster. It's no surprise that you can get a lot more done when you have a team working with you, and if you ask me, speed is a critical element in any business's success. Second, paying people to help set up the new stream makes it easier to sustain it long term. I see it all the time. People who build up their own passive income systems themselves end up finding it hard to relinquish control over core tasks as the system grows, which ultimately hinders their ability to make money. This is avoided when you outsource from the start. Now, I know that not everyone has the capital it takes to use approach number 2, so use whichever is more suitable for you or combine the two as you see fit. Now that you know the two tools you can use to develop passive income streams, let me share with you how you can exponentially increase your passive income in a short amount of time. I want to now introduce to you the candlestick approach. If you've never heard about the candlestick approach before, then allow me to elaborate. If you've ever been to a religious ceremony where candles are lit, you'll know that typically you light one candle with the flame of another. This is what you're going to do when using your passive income streams. As your initial source of passive income becomes profitable, you will start to use that excess cash to build out new streams. In fact, this approach is one of the keys to wealth generation that even the richest among us use. For instance, this is exactly how Elon Musk was able to start his world-changing companies that he runs today. Many years ago, he explained how he spent his money from the sale of his company PayPal. He said, "My proceeds from the PayPal acquisition were $180 million. I put $100 million into SpaceX, $70 million into Tesla, and $10 million into SolarCity. I had to borrow money for rent." As you can see, even Elon Musk, one of the richest people on earth, uses the candlestick method to grow their wealth, and if it's good enough for him, then it's probably good enough for you. Now, one question many people ask me once they've had some degree of success in generating passive income and using the candlestick method is, when does it end? When do I start to enjoy the profits from my new streams of passive income instead of just reinvesting all the money? The answer to this question relies completely on the financial goals you aim to achieve. For instance, if you want to use your passive income streams to replace your 9-to-5 job, then I would recommend creating 2 to 3 streams that can each independently cover your routine bills. Alternatively, you may want to just have a source of income that can afford you the ability to go on vacation every year. Where I'm going with this is that how you deploy your profits from your passive income stream is truly up to you. One thing to keep in mind is that there is no such thing as a guaranteed income stream. In the same way that you can lose your job, have a dividend cut, or have your rental property go vacant, you can have whatever streams you set up dry up over time. Therefore, keep this risk in mind when deciding how many streams you aim to build. Now, if you're still feeling incapable of building out your first additional stream of income, don't worry, I've got you covered, because in this next video, I'll explain how I was able to earn thousands of extra dollars a month, all while continuing to work my 9-to-5 job. Click on over and let's get started.